in before Bobby Kovacs gets to do anything. Actually, I have decided to change my affiliation for one reason. Yes. I would love to see a fast 2-0 victory.
2-0?
I mean, I would love to see a 2-0 victory. I'm not talking about...
Oh, you want either way, though?
Yeah.
You just want it to be 2-0?
I want it to be...
You want to be decisive.
Nice, yeah. Gotcha.
Very clear. A nice, long, drawn-out chess match, 2-0.
No. I'm looking for the clock to be as quick as possible. Turn 1, Verdant Catacombs from Caleb Durward. It looks like there were no mulligans. Forest is going to be fetched out, and one of any number of mana elves is likely to be on the table.
I'm rooting for Findorn Elf.
Llanowar Elf. Oh, the cousin of Findorn Elf.
Right.
Llanowar Elf.
All right.
His cold, temperatured cousin may be in the deck somewhere waiting to come out.
I'm sorry, that's not actually a Llanowar Elf. That's a Llanowar Elves.
And we have comic book guys tapping in for Patrick Chapin.
No, I'm just trying to be technically correct. It's the best kind of correct.
Bobby Kovacs here.
Going very, very deep into the tank about what to wish to the Mox Diamond. Tranquil Thicket. And you know what? That's a good call. Oh my gosh. Caleb's excited. Man, I hope that means he has Glimpse. Bojuka Bog. Raven's Crime.
Lose a card.
Wow, Bojuka Bog. He discards the... Wow. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Mere entity to the yard. The subject...
If I can't have fun, neither can you.
The subject of our trivia question last round.
The Raven. Yes, it's true.
Let's see what happens here. 2 mana.
Visionary?
Visionary it is. Draw a card. Another land.
Caleb just wants to try to establish his resources a little bit. He's not under a huge amount of pressure, but he knows he's going to run out of cards in his hand very, very, very quickly. So he wants to get as much down on the table as he can. Part of the reason why it's so valuable for Bobby Kovacs to go after his hand like this is because if Caleb can't keep any cards in his hand, he can't go off with Glimpse unless he has a Wirewood Symbiote in play to start it. You know. Really, Bobby's main thing here, he just wants to try to find a loam or whatever he needs to do, because as soon as he gets a Tabernacle, the entire texture of the game changes.
Wasteland.
Caleb very intelligently going after the basic forests.
He says go, no other place.
That's because he has intuition. That's my intuition anyway.
Another Visionary. There it is. Draw a card. Wirewood Symbiote.
That's what he was looking for. That's the hot stuff. Now all he needs is a Heritage Druid or a Nettle Sentinel to be cooking with gas.
Having a Llanowar Elf, a Quirion Ranger, and a Wirewood Symbiote gives you an excellent, excellent engine for mana. There's the Symbiote.
Remember, it's all fun and games early on when Caleb just gets to do everything, you know, unmolested by Bobby's mana denial strategy. But as soon as the Tabernacle comes down,
he picks up a Elvish Visionary with the Wirewood Symbiote, untapping his Llanowar Elf as a result.
Still no Heritage Druid and no Birchclaw Ranger.
1 mana. 2 mana from a land from the hand. Once again, Elvish Visionary. Another Symbiote.
Now, is he going to pick up a forest with his Quirion Ranger, untap his elf, and play another Symbiote?
I wouldn't mind. It'd be solid if you ask me.
Question is, does it get him any? Maybe it does. I don't know. I know he's got a tank on it, but he also would kind of love to... Yeah.
There it is. Forest. The Quirion Ranger untaps Llanowar Elf.
He's got to be prepared, though, because he's looking at an Intuition this turn, and Intuition is going to be able to find a Tabernacle and a Loam. Meaning that the way this turn is going to end, next turn he's going to be paying an awful lot of mana.
Wirewood Symbiote again. Is this going to be an attack? Boom. In for 2.
Taste it.
Next turn, just with these 1/1s, 6 damage. Caleb...
Oh, no. He's going to be spending a lot of mana, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if he were to just to attack.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Caleb showed me with a lot of glee a card in his sideboard. He said, guess what I got to do?
What did he do?
Showed me a Humility. And apparently, the Sneak and Tell, when they do that Show and Tell, they come into play simultaneously. Humility means Gristlebrand ain't so good.
I love it.
Intuition,
Very cool.
as you called, Bobby Kovacs, gonna pick up a $200, $300 bill, put it into the graveyard.
Away from the loam, and then one other. The question is, what is the other? Because he needs to get more going on. The Tabernacle's good, but it's not going to win the game for it. It's not going to win the game completely on its own.
He's looking. Saw a Glacial Chasm amongst the cards he had slipped to the top there. Chasm, Tabernacle, Tropical
Already
Island.
has the loam. Huh. Yeah.
You can have the chasm. It's not a good feeling.
You. Okay. Glacial Chasm, okay.
Untap.
So, I think Caleb's big hope here is that Bobby plays the Glacial Chasm. Because if there's anything we've learned about Bobby's deck, it is you should not play your cards, and your opponent should not be able to play his cards.
That's magic.
Yes. Play the game, see the world. Don't do anything in lots of different countries.
Oh, 2 mana. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, which 2? This 2. That black mana might be useful. Raven's Crime in the yard.
Just wasteland the Pendlehaven. Make him taste it. Is he trying to Raven's Crime his
Raven's
business?
Crime as well. Just throwing a Raven's Crime into the mix.
Go after his mana. You don't have time for all this knocking his hand around. Dude, alright.
Crime, losing in Academy Ruins.
Alright, no. Give him the business in the deli.
What? Wow. That is a Glacial Chasm. I like the Tabernacle there.
What? Did he mix up the artwork on that?
In game 1,
What?
what can Caleb do to the Glacial Chasm? In game 1, they have seen each other's deck lists.
You can deck him the long way with Green Sun Zenith.
I don't know. I think that it just might be that...
But you know that thing's got an upkeep.
Right?
You can't just do this. He doesn't have Exploration or Mana Bond. Glimpse. Now Caleb's going to put his entire... all his business in the deli.
That was an insane play by Bobby Kovacs, I think.
I mean, maybe he's already won. And we're going to have to tip our hats to him. If this is like... if he just has the game locked up and there's just nothing that Caleb can do, then, you know, more power to him. So, Caleb... Glimpse plays a Birchlore Ranger.
This combo...
Let's get the party started, right? He needs a Nettle Sentinel.
There's the Heritage Druid.
Still needs a Nettle Sentinel.
This combo is fully capable of putting every creature permanent from Caleb's deck into play. Another Heritage Druid.
Sure. The one that's really exciting here, though, is... I mean, what if you just Viridian Shaman that Mox Diamond? What's... I don't know what's going on right now. He's going to be able to pay for the Tabernacle now.
The Priest of Titiana, is there one in play? But it doesn't matter, the Heritage Druid takes care of the need.
Yeah. Like, this is...
Madness.
I mean... Well, I mean, this is Sparta. This is also madness, dude. This is... Alright, Caleb. Now, keep in mind, of course, this doesn't... I mean, just because he casts Glimpse of Nature and is going to draw 10 cards doesn't mean that he's won the game. It is very possible for him to just end up putting a bunch of good stuff in play. And, he's got to play around Engineer Explosives. He's got to... What if this is just the Sucker Punch? The overlay for the underlay. He's just trying to get Caleb to put a bunch of cards in play so that he can use Engineered Explosives and make him taste it. Right? No, I mean, like, that's greater glory, right? Like, Tabernacle, he doesn't have any cards in play anymore. It's not even that impressive.
He returns the Quirion Ranger to his hand with the Wirewood Symbiote to untap the Llanowar Elf.
He's very close to being infinite with that mirror entity in his hand.
There's the
He
Quirion
just needs some
Ranger.
Nettle Sentinel action. Some sweet, sweet Nettle action.
Draws a card from Glimpse of Nature. Land for the turn from Caleb. A Verdant Catacombs. Fetches.
Is it time for the Savannah mana? Yeah, I saw. I'm not even saying anything anyway. We're literally babbling. This is crazy. Alright, so let's just play by play. There's 2 Elvish Visionaries, Heritage Druid, 2 Weirwood Symbiotes, Quirion Ranger, Birchlore Ranger, and 2 land. Facing down a Bajuka Bog, a Mox Diamond, and a Glacial Crevice. Bobby cuts the deck.
1, 2, 3 mana.
Caleb adding 3 green to his pool for a change. I'm seeing a green creature in his future.
Zing.
What do you know? It was white. Now at this point, he can pay a mana, turn all those guys into elves, and now he can start doing this loop where each of the Wirewood Symbiotes can be reset, right?
Yes.
I saw it as soon as you cited it today. I knew it was gonna happen. Did you see?
They're all elves.
3 mana. Elvish Visionary, draw some manas.
Now for those not familiar with how the combo works, once you can turn Wirewood Symbiote into an elf because of Mirror Entity, it can actually bounce itself. And because it bounces, it costs 1 mana and it effectively makes 1 mana because of Heritage Druid, and the Nettle Sentinels give you extra mana, you can make as much mana as you want, and you can draw as many cards as you want. Now there is a little bit of a limiting factor in that every time he plays a creature, he's going to have to draw a card.
It's a must. Glimpse of Nature says, draw it.
But if he gets enough Nettle Sentinels in play, he can make enough extra mana so that he can use Green Sun Zenith over and over again and miss, so that he never runs out of cards in his deck. So he is infinite at this point in the sense that he can do as much as his deck actually can do.
And Caleb points to the cards in play and says, is that enough for me to just draw my deck as I'd like? Caleb already laid a land this turn. Priest.
He wants to get creatures from different casting costs in play.
Nettle Sentinel untaps.
What he really needs to do is find that Viridian Shaman, hit that Mox Diamond.
1 mana there. Heritage Druid.
Nettle Sentinel and Heritage Druid tapped. Now is he not, I mean,
Green Suns
does
for
he
1.
not have more mana? Like, where did all his mana go?
He does not have enough to... He needs 1 more Nettle Sentinel in order to be able to have the infinite mana combo, I believe. I could be wrong. Is that incorrect? That might be incorrect. I'm a little tired at this point. We started commentating at 9 a.m. yesterday and went till late. Woke up this morning. We're commentating at 8 a.m. He's not acting like a man with infinite mana.
No, he definitely is not. I've seen men with infinite mana.
Does he look like a man? Anyway. Wirewood Symbiote number 3. Out of the deck.
And I'm sure everybody watching home can tell, like, knows exactly why we're all just a bunch of buffoons.
It's true, it's true.
Like,
please forgive us, we are tired.
You know, we're not bothering to do math, because you know what, math is hard.
1, 2, 3 mana. Three.
Wirewood Symbiote.
Looks like infinite to me. Well, it's not really infinite, it's just... a lotsies.
And he also has to keep track of not only which symbiotes he's used or not used, but also which ones are currently elves and which ones are currently insects. Not insects, but which ones are not changelings? Caleb draws another card. So Nettle Sentinel and Wirewood Symbiote. He's looking for another Nettle Sentinel. But honestly, he mostly just wants the Viridian Shaman to hit that Mox Diamond, because sometimes you just gotta break some stuff. You know what I mean?
If you're breaking stuff for a good reason, it's a lot better than just accidentally doing it.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's like very zen, dude.
Green Suns.
Gonna see a Green Sun Zenith for, is it gonna be the Nettle Sentinel? The Viridian Shaman. Yep, just make him taste it. Viridian Shaman hits the Mox Diamond.
Okay, and Caleb has a shortcut on a loop for 1 mana and 1 card. He has properly demonstrated Bobby Kovacs that he has a loop for 1 mana and 1 card, and building that up, got the mana for the Green Sun Zenith for the Shaman there. Or Shaman if you are in another part of the world. Unfortunately, right now, because Bobby did not lay the Tabernacle on that previous turn, the Priest of Titania means that Caleb can pay for basically everything he has out there.
Priest of Titania, yeah, yeah. Dude, this is so much mana. Like, it's literally, at this point, Bobby Kovacs is just locked into having to keep that Glacial Chasm around, right?
Yeah. Untap. 1. Pays the life.
Does he have any more interaction? I mean, he destroyed the Mox, and that was cool. That's it, right?
Yep.
All
And
right.
he can destroy every Mox.
Yeah. He can keep the Moxes and the Zern Orb too.
Yes.
Keep it off the table. I respect that. I'm a firm believer in it.
It's a pass. Oh, no, the point of the figure usually indicates that, but it was not truly the case this time. Using the Tabernacle to Raven's Crime for 1. That's one way.
That's a bold move against a man with 7 cards in his hand.
Gotta start somewhere. And go.
I mean, that's pretty gangster. Alright, so Caleb, arranging his mana in the form of the 1 card he can hope to draw. A Green Sun Zenith for 60. And at this point, Caleb doesn't really have anything else to offer to the game, right? Like, it's just, as soon as Bobby Kovacs can't keep up with that Glacial Chasm anymore, the game is over. At this point, Caleb is just hanging out.
Yep, and he says go. Bobby pays.
Bobby, meanwhile, has to try to assemble. Wow. He needs a mana bond or an exploration, because he's got to be able to play 2 land in a turn. He's already got the loam, but
Tranquil Thicket cycled by Bobby Kovacs. And as you said, at this point, Caleb just waiting to see if Bobby dies to himself. Oh, is that the tar pit?
there is looming doom for Bobby Kovacs as soon as this chasm goes away.
Land. No point in attacking into a chasm.
But when the other land kept getting away, it should have been bad.
Tapped for some mana. Green Suns for
60?
a few.
See if he's got anything in his deck that costs 60 or less.
Just a quick recap of what I've got in my deck, says Caleb. Oh yeah, all this stuff.
Go.
That's cool.
Do you think he'll get a Tothicon worm or
So-
Terastodon?
Fun there. He just Looks through the deck. Oh yeah, all these cards.
These are
Shuffles
cool.
the green suns in. Doesn't find anything. That's totally fine.
Dude, no, it's also possible he just didn't have any green creatures in his deck that cost less than 60.
I don't want him to go back. I want to put the land in play and ask him
Huh.
not to be able to use mana. You shouldn't be able to get the mana.
And we've got an upkeep to think about. 3.
He's just trying to know a run through.
How much left?
He's like, but it has an alternate casting cost on it.
The draw. Did Bobby find something?
Kovacs up to a Bazooka Bog, a Tropical Island, a Creeping Tar Pit, and whatever land he plays this turn. Interestingly, Kovacs trying to assemble enough mana so that when he eventually lets the chasm go and has to bring it back again, that he's got enough resources to work with. It's going to be a tough grind, but it's very doable. I mean, this game is literally anybody's game, but it's just a question of Bobby's solitaring against himself.
Intuition.
So,
What's he getting?
explorations, I'm assuming.
Mana bond? Oh, you can't get mana bond. He's only got 2 mana bonds. Wow. God. Really? Just 2?
So I think he's going to get exploration.
Oh, gosh.
He's in pretty good shape. This next turn he lets the chasm go. And then he goes life from the loam, get back chasm and other stuff. Play 2 land, a chasm and another. I think this is it. I think this is it. You know, I hope Caleb brings in Mortar Pod after sideboarding. Does he have Mortar Pod? He does. I hope
does.
he brings it in so that during the brief window when you let the chasm go, I guess you can't move it around
You
now.
can't move it around unless you've got, what's that guy from The Lion?
Yeah.
Leonin something?
Leonin something.
Exploration. And
Caracas.
Caracas.
There were a lot of nice ones in the Legends set.
And then there are cards that say, all of your creatures lose Planeswalk.
Dude, what I love about Legends is that they had multiple cycles of cards with no text, and they had multiple cycles of moats. Like cards where you just cannot play the game anymore. Like land equilibrium, and like, land tax, and the abyss, and moat.
The Abyss.
Dude,
Oh.
have you ever got to cast a the abyss?
Yes. And I'm not talking about a fake The Abyss. I mean a real The Abyss. Okay. Loam.
All right. I'm guessing he's gonna get Glacial Chasm back.
Oh, look at that. A Tolaria West.
So now the trick here is that he's eventually going to run out of cards in his deck. So he can't dredge Loam forever. But he has Academy Ruins so that he can not get decked also.
1 engineered explosive.
And that's eventually he starts making progress by explosiving every turn. Because he can't, well, there's also the Crucible. Because he's got to keep up with the Glacial Chasm. So what he's got to do sometimes is go Glacial, he's got to go play my Crucible, get back the Chasm, then Caleb Viridian Shamans and destroys the Crucible. And they do this every turn. I bet one or both of them already know who's going to win. I wish they'd tell us.
Tolaria West in play. Glacial Chasm eating the Tolaria West.
They don't make magic like this anymore. Or magic cards anyway. Nowadays it's like Baneslayer Angels and Thundermaws.
Morph. What could it be? And flipping it. Making some mana.
Caleb, eager to be an active member of the game.
Picks it back up. Morph. I can do stuff too that doesn't matter. Morph.
Draws a card from Glimpse. I enjoy that he used all his Wirewood symbiotes and stuff before glimpsing to make sure he's not tempted.
Oh boy. Oh, it's a Birch Lore Ranger. He just, wants an opportunity to exercise his...
He's got to be careful, because he's got to not run out of cards, too. Of course he has green sense in it, so... Is this part of the psychological warfare? Throw Bobby off his game? Do a bunch of stuff so that Bobby forgets to pay the upkeep?
Not only does Caleb get to stretch his hands for a second there, but he does get to potentially get into Bobby's head.
Psychological warfare. For those of you tuning in at home, it is much more effective to do a bunch of useless actions to distract your opponent than to put a cheeseburger down next to the table when you're playing in order to try to get your opponent to focus on how hungry they are.
Waft the air in front of the cheeseburger.
That is...
Stop saying cheeseburger.
Dude.
Our director is like, don't talk about a cheeseburger. From Twitter, Eric J. Seltzer, EJ Seltzer at the Twitter. I kick puppies, push grandma, and steal CDs like a boss. Go, Lands, go. AJ Kerrigan. Lands is for people who don't like fun. Belcher is for people who only like 2 minutes of fun.
Alright, so Caleb back to his wily ways. At this point, I think Caleb has cast 11 morph creatures this game. It's not clear what the most recent one is. Could be anything, even a boat.
Mark's son, also watching, a specialist in Legacy at All Suns Dawn, enjoying Caleb's trolling of Bobby during this match.
Now Caleb waits till Bobby's upkeep, and then it says, hold on, your upkeep. Then unmorphs the unmorphs the Birch Lore Ranger.
You know what's
now
interesting?
he wants to read Life from the Loam.
Wait a second. Reading Life from the Loam.
All right, he picks up his cards.
Okay. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you. Now, let's make everyone at home have a chance to be a winner as well.
Absolutely.
By doing the giveaway trivia. You said you had a trivia question for all of our viewers at home. The way that this works, you can see this exasperated guy right here. One of you is going to have a chance to go to Good Time Island. Get your tickets now. It's a 4-day trip to Gen Con. 34,000 players of various games.
Absolutely.
Best 4 days in gaming.
Yep.
And how you do it? Hashtag SCG Premium with the correct answer to a trivia question that the one and only Patrick Chapin will be supplying. Now, please, do not burn this ticket to Good Time Island.
Absolutely.
If you can't go to Gen Con,
if you don't want to be
you
on
don't
Good Time
want
Island,
to be at this amazing 4 days of gaming,
if you like Lands decks and you don't want to have any fun, don't enter this.
then please let somebody who wants to go win. So please don't enter unless you want to win. Now remember, if you are one of the winners, one of the people who selects the correct answer, someone from that group will be selected at random to be the winner of this. And make sure, if you win, that you follow SCG Live so that we can get you your prize. Trivia, what is the question
And
for
remember,
this finals match?
Remember, everyone's a winner, but only one person gets a prize. So the trivia question is, on what turn do you have to win by, or what turn do you have to win by to be a good guy?
Okay.
What turn? If you're a good person, if you're wearing a white hat, if you deserve all of the happiness that life has in store for the good, what turn should you be capable of winning by?
Now, for those of you who have been watching the Star City Games live coverage all day, don't go to the print coverage to figure this out. No. Just think back to the ways that Patrick has been talking about who's a good guy, who's a bad guy, or figure out maybe a guess on what turn. I remember in one match, JVL, that's nice, JVL rolling a die and saying, I'm going to kill you on this turn, and doing that all the way to being a Pro Tour champion. Was he a good guy? Maybe so. But what
your explanation for why JVL is a good guy
he's
is
a great guy.
But your explanation is because he rolled a die before each match as a
I'm saying that it fits your good guy definition.
Only when he rolls
A 3, a 4. How
Any
low does he have to
number of
roll?
God,
We'll give you a hint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's in that die range roll.
Dude, it's like we just got Gataxian probed.
We did get Gataxian probe. That was a hard question, though,
The
Patrick.
Phyrexians are like opening up our mind right now.
We have a match here underway. Caleb Durward on the left.
It's like
Bobby
we're trying to figure out.
Kovacs
It's
on
like
the
we're trying
right.
to figure out why the hell all the people in Prometheus keep touching everything. You know, like we're sitting here trying to figure out the puzzle. I don't know.
So, twirling mustaches or white hats.
Is twirling mustache code for bad guy?
Yes.
Caleb is a man with many things on his face, none of which is a twirling mustache. That's a beard. That's a full-on. It's a very well-groomed, very aesthetically pleasing beard, but it is a beard nonetheless.
Now, Caleb, is he originally from this area? Because I know now he's in Chicago.
Yes. No, he's not from this area. He's from Chicago.
Oh, he's from Chicago? Okay.
I don't know. I just don't think he's from this area.
Okay, just curious.
But I can't. I mean, who do I know? Nah, probably not. At least not in the last 6 years. Bobby Kovacs, content with his early 1-0 lead. Remember, the game one was supposed to be the good one for Caleb.
Now, Caleb, apparently, he kind of voiced out loud, since they both have each other's deck lists to share with each other and go over when they're making their plans, he voiced out loud, maybe I should just bring in my humilities against you. See how long it takes you to kill me then. But apparently, according to the head judge, with the way that the layers and all of that fancy schmancy judge talk work,
Yeah, Creeping Tarpon still beats Humility.
Creeping Tar Pit is a 3/2 through a humility.
Yeah.
It becomes a 3/2 creature.
Yep. But the yeah, no.
I'm going to just do a spoiler for one of our contestant winners, or not winners, contestant participants, Mark McManus Jr. He says 246 is the proper term to be the good guy.
That is not going to win you 4 days on Paradise Island or whatever the hell.
Good Time Island.
Good Time Island, absolutely.
And, you know,
246.
turn 246. I mean, the man is not playing Battle of Wits here.
No, but they keep recursing their decks. They have like Academy Ruins and Green Sun Zenith.
Oh, we have a long day of magic.
You know, it is possible that we actually reach a game state where neither player can win or advance the board. Or lose. It's literally just, okay, all Academy Ruins, the only artifact I didn't get Tormod scripted. And all right, I'll Green Sun Zenith for 0 again.
Here we go.
Go.
Back
Go.
and
Go.
forth.
Go.
And you're right, you know, that could mean a turn 246 kill. I'm really sorry, Mark McManus Jr., for not keeping that quiet until later to see if you were the winner. Oh, boy.
You're not.
I am tired.
Well, you might be a winner, but you're not one of the people getting a prize.
I don't know about you, Patrick, but while I love watching Magic all day, and we've done it for 2 days in a row, man, I am a little tired and slap happy.
You know what? I'm kind of glad. At least we have a matchup that's going to let us enjoy the finals for a while.
Oh, boy.
So much right now.
Across the table, our director is making choking gestures.
Llanowar Elf.
Llanowar Elf. It's a war on the mall.
Look, tell you what. How about Caleb just turn 2s him real quick?
That would be sweet. Turn 2.
I thought you wanted a 2-0.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. I've got to go for the lands.
I told you. A quick 2-0, back and forth, long, drawn-out chess match.
Just make it
To the
quick.
death. By old age.
What just happened there? What's happening? It's Caleb going again. Is there a land in play? We were so busy being a little slap happy and
Did Bobby
insane.
keep the old 0 land hand? What is going on right now? You can't just do this. Is this like? Are you making? Wait, is this a joke? Is this a sick joke?
maybe he has
Double
a
Mox Diamond?
Mox Diamond Chalice for 1 draw, but he does not have the land he needs to make it work.
And he doesn't want to risk playing out the other Mox Diamond until he has the other land, because he doesn't want to get Viridian Shaman.
That could be. I don't know. This will get out of
Dude,
hand pretty quick.
I love a good turn 1 Land Elf. Go. Oh yeah, we'll go.
You know, I think what happened is Bobby Kovacs got the wrong memo and thought that land tax was in play.
No. I'm pretty sure this is literally just like reverse psychology. You know, like last game he plays lots of land, takes a long time. This game, this is like Bobby Fischer. Like, no, you remember when Bobby Fischer's like trying to tilt Spassky when we were kids back in the 60s? You remember? 70, sure. Was it 72? Absolutely. No, wait, you were there. I remember that.
Yeah, I was there.
You were there. I remember it. I was negative 4 or whatever it was for
All
you.
right, dude.
Negative 11.
So, Caleb casts Glimpse of Nature. He has 2 forests, a Priest of Titania, a Quirion Ranger, a Llanowar Elf, a Warrior with Symbiont, and 14 mana.
I'm
Bobby Novaks has committed nothing to the board. He's not ready to make a move yet. But he's waiting for the right spot.
You know, actually, I could see him waiting to get 3 mana in his hand that he can drop all at once so that he can do Engineer Explosives for 1.
I mean, that's one way to do it. Dude, it's fun trying to put together the combination of cards that could be in Bobby Kovacs' hand that result in the correct line of play being just every turn discard face. These guys are playing for thousands of dollars. Alright.
Hello.
And the worst part is, you don't like this is, nobody's messing up. Like, you don't go into the tank and come out with do nothing at all. Unless you have a plan.
I mean, usually if you do something like that, you start with a Goose's Scepter at least.
Jeez.
Goose's Scepter, go, no land.
Alright, I'll put another card into the scepter. Is Bobby considering, is it time to make the move? Is it time to break the standoff? You know what? Now, to be fair, we laughed last game when he didn't play his Tabernacle. He just puts down the Glacial Chasm. Looks like he just has no permanence, but obviously had the game locked up. I think he actually just knows he has the game locked up. Oh no! All right, I guess they went to game 2. Bobby with a slightly less.
What did you
a slightly less demanding standard for what it takes in order to pack. Oh, you could beat my 0 cards on turn 4. That's weird.
Okay, so I've got a possibility here.
Yeah.
Okay, so perhaps Mox Diamond, Life from the Loam, Mox Diamond, and 3 non-land? Or 1 land, and actually more likely 1 land and 2 other knots?
Dude, absolutely. There's like a ton of things he could have that are totally reasonable hands. Doesn't make it any less hilarious that this is how the game... This is... Welcome to Legacy. Drew Levin, I hope you're watching this. This is your fault.
And a smile on Caleb's face. Not only did he get to do a little bit of morphing and returning to his own hand during the lockout of Bobby Kovacs, now he gets to win with his opponent having nothing in play. Not because he got rid of it, but no, because he just didn't ever play a single thing.
So what do you think? The way this game has gone, is there any way this game 2 doesn't end with or doesn't start with just a turn 1 Chalice for 1 on the play?
You know it's going to be a turn 1 Chalice
and
for
then
1.
Caleb doing 18 points of damage with like Priest of Titania.
I just know that after one of these people wins, I'm going to try to get myself to a coney. Get me a coney, eat it, and be happy. I'm just so tired.
Dude, I got up this morning. Well, I came here, but then I eventually left and went back and had lunch, I guess, at this the buffet at the hotel.
Right?
So first of all, they tried to bamboozle me with like bottomless mimosas. Had no mimosas, got to work today, but it turns out that if you get the bottomless mimosas, they also give you bottomless fried chicken. I'm serious. At this place called Blush over at the Doubletree.
So, for those of you who have any sense of Patrick Chapin, you know that he has branded himself so well that many Magic players, if they hear the words fried chicken, immediately think of Patrick.
I don't know anything about that. What I do know is that bottomless fried chicken pretty much means I'm moving to the DoubleTree. All right. As is traditional with Legacy, we're in the shuffling phase.
Eric Evans asks if this could be an elaborate scheme to be on the play in Game 3 and have some time on the clock. No, there's no clock here.
Right, that would make too much sense.
We are in the finals. Thank you for the question, Eric. If you have any questions, if there is a reasonable thing we can answer, at SCG Live is the place to send those questions to us. We get them. Glenn Jones, who gets them? Star City Games Detroit here. Star City Games Live. It's the final match, the final game, the final countdown. Caleb Durward, Bobby Kovacs. One of these people will be the winner at the end of this, and the other, second place. Patrick Chapin is here with me. I'm Adrian Sullivan. Whew. Waiting for Bobby Kovacs to try to put more permanence into play than that first game.
I mean, a few more.
That second game, I should say. These players have played just long enough for the venue now to have a large rainstorm around it. It wasn't here that long ago, but now apparently there's a downpour.
I think it's actually just setting the mood.
I think you were quoting Poe earlier, so here we are. Dark and stormy night. Maybe a dark and stormy night means it's time for the bad guys to win.
Dun 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 dun. All right, everybody at home. What turn are you rooting for Caleb to win on? I say this not because of being a fan of Caleb, but because early kills much more likely out of the elf deck. However, I'm hoping for a great intense chess match for the first 3 turns of the game.
Mox. Oh boy. Boom. Oh,
I'm starting to think it's not going to be that fast of a game. Now, the good news is, eventually we have to leave. I mean, Viridian Shaman and Kasali Pride Mage provide multiple avenues of destroying the Chalice of the Void.
Turn 2 life from the loam, Wasteland. Caleb fetches with a Misty Rainforest. The Priest would be good right here. Perhaps the best thing for him to drop on this turn?
I mean, Kasali Pride Mage would be kind of sweet. What all did he bring in? He's got a Scavenging Ooze, a Kasali Pride Mage. Probably the 4 Fairy Macabres, right? Or is he just going to try to be as fast as possible?
I think I also like Gaddock Teeg. Gaddock Teeg means that a Chalice can't be cast.
Sure, Gaddock Teeg. So you think he might just play full-on backup mode? Fairy Macabre too? Just to
I don't know about Fairy Macabre, but I think he does some of that stuff, not necessarily all of it.
Because he can get out of the lock with Fairy Macabre.
This is true. He can make it so that the Glacial Chasm does not come back. Without even needing to spend any mana, without even have to casting anything.
Yeah, even if he's full-on Chalice locked.
Yeah.
Also, he can deck Bobby, because when he starts tapping his Academy runs, each turn, discard 2 artifacts, or exile 2 artifacts, exile 2 more artifacts.
Turn 3, we see Rebecca Guai, Priest of Tatiana on the one side of the table, and then over here, Life from the Loam.
You struck me as a big fan of that artwork.
I do actually like Rebecca.
Rebecca Gay's very, very good. She's didn't she do Eternal Witness too?
Yes, she did. So, Christine Sprankle, if you're out there, since you did the Eternal Witness, there's other Rebecca Guai art that you could also do some awesome work with. Rebecca Gay, pardon me.
We've got Mox.
There's another Mox feeding that Loam. A Chalice for 2, blows it up. Goodbye to the board for Caleb.
So Caleb's big plan at this point is to try to get up to 4 mana so that he can Green Sun Zenith for a Viridian Shaman. Alternatively, he could just, at 3, go get a Kasali Pride Mage.
Turn 5 beginning. Not of extra turns, but of the game.
There will never be any extra turns of this.
God, this is a 3 best of 5.
This just in. It sounds like the head judge has emergency errated the match to be best of 5. He wants to ensure that the most skill testing outcome possible is.
We have the head judge's email address if you'd like to put your comments to him on his decision to make this suddenly a best of 5.
Everyone here for the next
So Bobby untaps. Is he just on the tar pit beatdown plan?
The coverage just goes dark.
No, as long as you know what Bobby's attack with a tar pit. Good for him. Good on him.
Oh, okay.
You know,
You did? No, you did. No, you did. Good.
absolutely. Now the tough thing is that Caleb is mana screwed too.
A good note from Twitter. Therese Nielsen is Eternal Witnesses
Really?
artist. I thought that was Rebecca as well.
Therese Nielsen, that's right.
Thank you
Did
to...
she do Force of Will also?
I'm not sure. Thank you to Polish Tamales for that
The
one.
best kind of tamales.
I'm actually kind of curious what a Polish tamale is. I've had many tamales in my time.
Correct.
They are a graphic artist that does a lot of Magic the Gathering stuff.
Oh, cool.
Check out their DeviantArt page, really cool.
Our director tells us that's a graphic artist that does a lot of... Say that again?
Magic the Gathering fan art.
Ah, Magic fan art. Thank you.
So
Polish tamales.
in a fairly anticlimactic final game, the turn 1 Chalice ensures that Caleb can play no cards, and since he doesn't have any land beyond his 2, he's discarding each turn, while Bobby brings the tar pit beats.
Another person notes pierogies? Polish tamales?
Awesome.
That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Therese Nielsen is Force Will.
And there we have, thank you, Therese Nielsen is Force of Will, Cursed Totem, one of my favorite cards ever to see sideboard play.
Cutting off 50% of the Kasali Pride Mage Verdian Shaman action available to Caleb.
All it'll take now is a Chalice for 3.
Alright, I'll go.
Well, Green Sun Zenith.
Oh, there you go, that'll get around that.
Caleb making his move. Storm count is at 1. Storm count is at 2.
Go.
Caleb passes the turn.
Rather than discard, he shows that he has things he can still cast.
I respect that. I'm a firm believer in it. Alright. Caleb playing Misty Rainforest.
Dark Confidant.
Fetches.
It is possible now that
Savannah.
Bobby could lose.
So is he gonna go get the? Is he gonna drop Verdian Shaman?
Oh, what do we got? I see
Mirror
it.
Entity.
Boom.
There we go.
Take that, Totem.
Oh, he packs it in. He
He's
wins
scooped.
the moral victory, though.
Well, thank you to Caleb for being so kind to all of us with that concession.
Well, it was
Bobby
one turn. He's
Kovacs.
had 3 life with a tar